Yes.
Morning. Welcome to Salary Board, January 8th, 2025. Apologies for the delayed start. The Salary Board did have an executive session prior to this meeting. I'll ask Mr. Greaser, our attorney, to summarize.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Salary Board did meet for a brief executive session prior to this meeting under Section 708D to discuss, to receive legal advice related to potential litigation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Public comment. One name, Ed Mackhouse.
Ed Mackhouse, a retired government employee, physicist, scientist, engineer. I'd like to welcome you to the new year. Hope everyone's having a happy new year. Had happy holidays and Christmas and Hanukkah. I'd like to say public comment. I agree with salary increases and the COLA. I'm glad that the strike stuff was settled and we're moving forward. I think going forward, new year, like Hanukkah, we had the victory of the Maccabees and the lighted miracle of the 8 candles. But in the Jewish Torah reading portion, it talks about Joseph. Joseph in the Bible predicted like 7 good years and then 7 bad years to prepare for them. We've had 4 good years under President Trump, and the last 4 years we've been a disaster where our incomes didn't increase. So, but we hope we'll have now 4 good years again, and we can have salary increases and prosperity again. President Trump, hopefully we can support him and have an honest, as a retired person, we may not be working, but we can act and use our intelligence and abilities to hope things continue. I think we need to have honest 4 years, which will have another 100 years of progress, a couple 100 years of progress in America, where America can become great again. America has been in a downward trend, especially in the last 4 years. Now we're have a $2 trillion of deficit each year and $1 trillion we're spending on interest. This cannot continue. So while we'll have greater prosperity, Trump's going to open up things. The greatest threat to America is not climate change. The greatest threat to America is nuclear war. You're giving a salary, but if these policies of Biden with the war cause a nuclear war, the nuclear nations could end up looking like the moon with a lot of craters around all our great cities. So that's the greatest threat. Trump is the one who talks to both sides and was able to get along with North Korea and everybody. And he's the one people will respect. His children, as we're retired people, our job is to help children and the government continue in a proper way. Trump is our greatest hope. It's not easy, but if we get all his people approved, like Meta, we can continue and have some prosperity and maybe continue the American system again for progress for another 100 years. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, moving on with our agenda items. The board, I believe, is going to look to table under the row office the sheriff's items 1 through 6. Is there a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Okay, is there a second to table?
Do you want to say something before a second, or?
Just, yeah, I'm sorry, use the microphone, that's all.
Thank you, Chairman and fellow members of the Salary Board. I came before you today for an increase in labor grade for our deputy sheriffs at labor grade 7 as the senior sheriffs. As of midnight on the 31st of December, they're working without a contract. At this point, they've been in negotiations with the county. Since I took office in January 22, I have added a lot more responsibilities onto these deputies, doing more things, bringing more services to the county, assisting the 39 municipality law enforcement agencies throughout our county, just recently getting state accredited, and now on the verge of being nationally accredited, only the second department in Bucks County, one of 14 in the Commonwealth to receive this recognition for having platinum standards and policies and procedures. But it's my understanding today, I know there's a motion on the floor, that I certainly do not want to do anything that could be not in conjunction with the law. So I've been giving some opinions today by counsel, waiting for some additional opinions. And that is why I understand there's a motion to table this pending further legal explanation of what I've put before you. I think these deputies need a contract. I think it's unfair. You know, they come to work. This is one particular job in the county where at 4 o'clock, they don't know if they're going to get stuck with prisoners at hospitals. They don't know if they're canceling their nighttime plans, if they have us taking extra school, whether or not they can go to class, whether or not their wives or their husbands have to make child care. There's very few jobs in this county that affects an individual, a human, every day when they go to work. My deputies are affected every day by that, by the situation that we're faced regarding prisoner transports, crime, things of that nature. So that's why I came before you with this labor grade change, but I do understand there's some legal issues.
So are
you second? Oh,
That was my question, yeah. Are you seconding the?
I'm not seconding the motion.
Oh, okay,
Can I ask a question?
sure.
Since you're not seconding the motion, are you okay with the motion to table until we get more legal information, or you're not okay with the motion to table?
From the way it was explained to me, it appears we need additional legal clarification. I certainly been doing this now for 39 years. I would never, ever, ever suggest that we violate the law. It's been expressed to me by counsel that there's a potential of what I'm doing could be a violation of law. I want to make sure that's not the case. I would never put myself, our deputies, my office, or the county in that position. So although I'm not seconding the motion, I understand that's the route we must go until a month or so when this could be clarified.
I'll second.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded to table. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chair, I did.
Yes.
Other member of the board did not vote on the motion. I don't know if he abstained or what his position was on the motion.
Sorry, I'll abstain.
Okay. Next, move to Tax Claim Bureau. Not sure who's here. Is that Ms. Nielsen?
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Kristen Nielsen, the first deputy treasurer for I'm the first deputy treasurer for Treasury, which oversees Tax Claim Bureau. And we are just seeking to, lack of a better term, reactivate the solicitor for the Tax Claim Bureau. It was removed from the Manning table a couple years ago.
Okay. Yes, so there's a change, I guess, in Tax Claim Bureau solicitor. As some of the row officers remember and commissioners remember, there was, I guess, an alternative plan for how solicitors for rows and other agencies worked. For a long time, there was one model, sort of an option became available back in 2020, 2021, a time period. 21. And so at that time, attorneys, solicitors who were brought on could choose to be employees with a small stipend and benefits, or could choose not to take the benefits, not be an employee, and just have an hourly rate. And so the solicitor, I guess, that you're changing to would prefer the one over the other. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So any other questions for Ms. Nielsen?
No questions.
Okay. All right, is there a motion to approve item 1 for the Tax Claim Bureau?
So moved, but I was just going to say she can make the motion, right? Oh. I wasn't
Do I
sure.
make the
if
motion?
You can if you.
Again,
Yeah.
since you're here for the
I make the
treasurer.
motion to approve the salary board action for the
Okay.
change to solicitor.
Motion made, is there a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, turn to Commissioners' page, Public Defender, items 1 through 4. Morning.
Morning, Commissioners, Madam Controller. My current salary structure, while it may have been beneficial to the office in years prior, is currently very inefficient. I have a younger office, not necessarily in age, I have a younger office in experience. The need for a high-level position that I'm seeking to remove is not as important to my office as having a ladder to which the younger attorneys in experience can grow. My request is to eliminate a chief deputy position as well as an assistant position and create 2 deputy public defender positions. Currently, I have 10 assistants vying for or trying to move into only 4 deputy positions. If this structure is approved, I would have 9 assistants moving into 6 deputy positions, which allows for greater retention of those attorneys, which allows for greater movement for those who are deserving and have shown an aptitude to stay in the public defender's office. My concern is twofold, keeping the current salary structure. Number one, I don't know that I have an attorney at this point in time that is senior enough to take that position that I'm looking to eliminate. And number two, I will lose some good assistants if I don't have the flexibility to move them into a deputy level position. So I am requesting to eliminate an assistant position, a chief deputy public defender position, and create 2 deputy level public defender positions. That is financially, it's with some of the commissioner requests that I have later this morning, it ends up to be essentially county neutral as far as costs go.
Questions, Mr. Erickson? No? Okay. Is there a motion for items 1 through 4?
So moved.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Doesn't he vote?
No, he doesn't have
A
a
public defender vote.
Okay, Human Services, item 5. Morning.
Good morning and Happy New Year. My name is Yvonne Kowalski, and I'm the Community Engagement Officer for the county, and I oversee the HUB program and the co-responder program. And I'm here requesting to raise the salary cap for the HUB Human Services Coordinator position from $65,122 to $72,000. Due to the ongoing growth and expansion of the responsibilities of the HUB Human Services Coordinator, we're looking at our manning table to ensure that the salary aligns with other coordinator positions in the division. Since 2021, the HUB coordinator has been responsible for supporting the coordination and supervision of the HUB, including program development, administration, and ensuring the needs of the county constituents that seek support from the HUB are being met. Since its launch, there has been over 8,000 inquiries, connections that have been made to various providers and programs, et cetera. The position will now provide supervision to 2 resource navigators, multiple university interns, and co-supervise the Veterans Court social worker. And besides supervising additional employees, the position is now responsible for program planning as a Compass community partner with the County Assistance Office to help community members complete public assistance applications. So residents from Upper and Central Bucks no longer have to go to Lower Bucks to complete their applications. So if they accidentally come to the admin building or they call the HUB, now they can stay here and be guided by one of the resource navigators or a resource or a HUB coordinator to complete those applications. So it will be very, very useful for our community. In addition, this position will be responsible for the coordination of the Hub SOAR program, which is the SSI/SSDI Outreach, Access, and Recovery Program. Essentially, it's to help individuals experiencing hopelessness or at risk of homelessness apply for SSI or SSDI benefits. And also, they're responsible for the implementation and coordination of the Hub's Housing Link Coordinated Entry Point. So they help individuals that come into the Hub or help, for example, the co-responders complete a housing link application intake for their clients. So, for example, if a co-responder is out with one of their clients and someone experiencing homelessness, right then and there, our hub will help them complete an intake instead of having to call the hotline, which has been very helpful for my team as well. In addition, they are responsible for the coordination and grant management of our Bucks County Pets in Need program and task force to support individuals experiencing homelessness that also have their pets with them to ensure that they're fed and properly taken care of while they are experiencing homelessness. And I also want to say that our hub coordinator is also a master level position with an MSW. And in addition, this position will be funded by the Human Services Development Interagency Coordination Funds and the County General Fund. Any questions?
I just have one comment, if that's okay. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you very much for meeting with me yesterday. Both you and Director Neff spent significant time explaining to me and assuring me that this position has dramatically changed, even in the past year. So I thank you for your time and for explaining to me all of the different programs that the Hub Coordinator is now overseeing and taking additional responsibility. So I thank you for your time and for explaining that to me. So my only comment is, I believe yesterday Director Neff agreed to lower the cap to 71,000. So I would be inclined to support that if that's something that you're still willing to do.
We are willing to do that because we know how important this position is, and so we are willing to lower it to 71.
Thank you. So I'll make a motion to approve item number 5 with the caveat that the cap will be 71,000.
I'll second that.
Any other, sorry, any other questions from Ms. Kowalski? No, okay, thank you so much, appreciate it. All right, motion made and seconded for number 5. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll abstain.
Thank you. Okay, Police Training Center. Oh, and, sorry, Park Rangers too. Mr. Ravona, you're doing both those.
Good morning, Salary Board. Thank you for your time this morning. With your permission, I'd like to flip-flop them and do the Park Ranger Chief first, if that's okay. So I'm here this morning for you requesting to change the designation of the Chief Park Ranger to a department head and raise the salary cap. The history behind that is when the park rangers were under General Services and Park and Recreation, the Chief Ranger could not be a department head just due to the structure of the departments. When the park rangers moved over to emergency services, it actually freed that up, and now that position can in fact be a department head. The department is changing drastically. We've increased the technology through the park rangers. We're implementing new scheduling software, new Power DMS software, which is basically to keep track of policies and procedures, moving towards the direction, as the sheriff said, of getting the park rangers accredited in the future. So this position as a department head has had a lot to do with that movement. So that's the reason why we're looking to change it to the designation of a department head and raise the salary cap. I would not be requesting or seeking in the budget year to increase the salary above the current salary cap. I just want to have that latitude to be able to do that if we need to. The second request is, oh, I'm sorry, you got to vote on that one.
Well, any comments or questions on that first issue? Okay, do you want to go ahead and do the
Okay,
next one?
so the second request is to raise the salary cap for the office manager for police training. That position has taken over the administrative duties for the park rangers. When we moved it over into EMS, we were able to use that position and add the duties there. So we've added additional duties, and I would like to raise the salary cap just to make it in line with the other office managers within emergency management. So that's the only reason we're requesting the salary cap increase.
Okay, questions about items 6 or 7? None? Is there a motion to approve items 6 and 7 under Commissioner's agenda?
So moved?
Go ahead. I was going to second it, but
That's fine.
Second? All right, motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, any other matters come before the board?
I have one, Mr. Chair. Earlier, when we had the vote on the public defender items, I do believe that he is historically been voting on those items. That's consistent with what we've done in past practices for the county. So I would ask that you have the public defender, although it was a 4-0 vote, have him come up, state his vote, which I think we can imagine what it is.
I think he's going to say no.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in favor, and thank you for adding that, because it has been a question that I've had for 5 months that nobody could seem to answer until this morning. So I'm glad that I have it voted.
Great, good catch. Thank you, appreciate that. All right, so 5-0 vote, let it be noted in the minutes. Thank you, Mr. Greaser. All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.